Hey guys, thanks for taking time to listen to my story. If there's one word that I could use to describe my life before I knew Christ, that would be adrift. And the reason why I would use that word is because before I knew Christ, I really didn't have a foundation or an anchor in life. And a lot of that had to do with my background. I come from a pretty unstable home environment, and that's because there's a divorce and some alcoholism and just some situations that have caused for a really broken home. Um, and out of that, I developed deep feelings of rejection, really insecure, really um, placing my value and identity in what other people thought. So I became really relationally needy, and a lot of times that hurts when you do that. And so I started to feel really purposeless, and it's a lot of it's just due to the fact that I didn't really know what life was all about, and I became really wounded deep inside. But you can't live in that state forever, and so what I did is I started to protect myself, and I protected myself um, by becoming really selfish, and I became really self-focused. And uh, this was in a time period when I was a boy becoming a man, and so because I was really selfish, I was just gonna say, okay, what does a man look like? And so I just let the American version of what it looks like to be a man be my standard. And so I was gonna become really good at sports, and I was going to become really rebellious, drink a lot, smoke a lot of weed, and I was going to try to get all the ladies that I could because that's what it meant to be a man. And that's what I did, and that's where I placed my identity. A lot of this started to change. I had a football coach that pulled me aside one day, and he said, "Hey, Rob, you know you have more to offer this world than just being a football player." Um, he was doing that because my GPA was that bad, but he was doing that because he wanted to spare me from placing my identity in football because I wasn't all that great. But honestly, it was the first time that I felt valued and that I felt like someone communicated to me that I had what it took and that I had the skills and I could do good at school. And and, and coupled with that, as I started getting involved with Young Life, and I went there because the girls were hot. Um, but I but my Young Life leader knew that, but he never held it against me, and I felt really accepted and I felt very valued, and and all the families around Young Life, honestly, they were just so different. They were secure, they lived for something bigger than themselves, and so I just got to see something different from my background, and and they all talked about this relationship with Jesus, and what it did is it allowed me to see something so different because of them and because of my leader and really the fruit of their life that was so different than mine and where I came from. I decided I was going to place my trust in Christ and give him the control of my life. And I can say when I did that, I have felt deep purpose in my life because I made that decision. And I've seen God change my heart and my thoughts on women, on school. I was able to graduate college with honors. My career, I know that my life is not my own, and so everything I do is for God's glory. And so I serve Him through that. And I would say even just my identity deep inside, I know is found in Christ. And so, yeah, you know what I did? I gave up my life and I surrendered it to Christ. But I received the biggest blessing in the world is that I get to live for something bigger than myself. So the word I would use to describe my life after knowing Christ would be purposed. So I went from being adrift to being purposed. Thanks for taking time to listen to my story. Hey, if you have any questions, message me or I would love to hear your thoughts, or you can just get in contact with me at any level. So thanks a lot.